That makes perfect sense. And in fact, you addressed one of the big issues there, which is budgets. Lots of times, no company has unlimited budgets. We're all operating within a finite world of funds that we have to operate our and grow our business. And so the priorities of investing in leadership development skills seems to always just fall by the wayside, right? But the way that you put it there, and not only have you been in the military, CEO of these businesses, you've overseen and you've actually run HR as well. You termed it right there as a very small investment with very large dividends. Tell me a little bit about that, because that kind of debunks the whole we can't afford to do things like leadership development. And then we start thinking about leadership offsites and different things that we need to get people involved in. And it just starts in our mind to expand in terms of like how costly that would be. Why should we do that?
Yeah, again, I'll speak from personal experience here. The aerospace company that I was COO and CEO of, we had about $750 million worth of international and domestic contracts, but we were considered a small to mid-sized company. Not an awful lot of money to be spending 20, 30, $40,000 per employee to go to Cabo San Lucas with everybody at an offsite so that we can sit around, hold hands, sing kumbaya, and talk about leadership and hire in high dollar consultants that are going to talk about ethereal concepts that really leave everybody scratching their head at the end of the day. And they didn't connect with the people. If a company wants to go and pay a lot of money to some individuals that have published books or curricula on how to become great leaders, and you have the money to do that, you have the time to do that, God bless you. My point is that you don't have to spend a lot of money to be able to effectively communicate to the employees. One, that you care about their personal and professional development, and two, that you're willing to commit as the leaders within that organization, participating in that training as well. I have not met a CEO, myself included, that couldn't learn every day something new. And if a CEO or a president of an organization or a company believes that they are the end all, then there's a problem. First of all, the leadership within the organization has to commit to themselves getting better, and then they have to commit to making the organization a place where people can feel comfortable that their bosses have their back and they want to make them better. And you don't have to spend a ton of money to do it. There are people that I interact with and actually work with on a daily basis that provide leadership training that's very, very expensive, and there's others that provide better training for far less money. Not fancy slides, not going to Cabo San Lucas or Kauai to contemplate things, but you get the job done. The other thing that I'll talk about here when we're talking about ROI is that you wouldn't put up, as a CEO, you wouldn't put up with people who were underperforming. There are tons of HR mechanisms by which people can be warned for underperformance, written up for underperformance, engage in interactive processes to help people get better, put people on performance improvement plans, suspend them, fine them, whatever the case may be. There's a ton of stuff out there. And again, I'm not an HR professional, but I hire HR professionals that help me navigate those waters. But people who underperform, there are leaders who also underperform. And those leaders who underperform don't get the most out of the people that work for them or with them. And those missteps can actually have a very big negative impact on the bottom line. So the ROI for putting a little bit of time and effort and training and development on the professional side as well as the personal side. And when I say personal side, I'm really talking about leadership development can pay big dividends. You're not going to see as many mistakes. You're going to feel people feel like they're much more committed, much more loyal to the organization because the organization has taken a personal interest in making them better. You're going to see efficiency increases. You're going to see a lot less employees phoning it in, if you will. They're not just punching the clock, sitting there at their desk for 8 hours a day and then going home. They're people that are really going to be committed to a shared sense of common purpose within an organization if the organization just invests a little time, effort, and money in them from a leadership perspective and a personal and professional development perspective.